Hey beautiful, it's me, Charlene. Today, I am so excited to share my yoga practice with you. We're gonna go through a sequence of hip openers that's great for preggy mamas like me, but also anybody who sits all day on the computer. So go ahead and grab your mat, your towel is optional, but don't forget your water. Let's do this. I like sitting down with a blanket. We're gonna do a bunch of poses sitting down. I'm gonna take you through a series of poses. Some people are more comfortable just sitting without a blanket. Really just see how you feel, what feels really good for you. For me, I like sitting on a blanket, so I got one, but that's optional. So the best way that I've found to find my sitting position is to just kind of move my booty and feel my sacrum a little bit. Just feel where it's comfortable. We're gonna start with the bound angle pose. And I want you to think about your heels pressing at each other, your hands and your ankles. And if that's not comfortable for you, one other place could be in your knees. And then think about your inner thigh pointing backwards, or kind of pushing backwards. That's where you're engaging. We're gonna take a few breaths here. Breathing is so important. And just engaging your muscles, holding that pose. Think about your chest opening up so you can receive all the benefits of today's yoga practice. Have your shoulders down. All right. Next, open up your legs. See how different that feels. And you're gonna want to have your ankles back, your toes pointing up. And now put your hands on your knees. Let's stay in this pose for a few minutes, a few breaths. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Make sure your shoulders are still down. Not, we hold so much tightness in our shoulders. So sometimes it helps if you roll it back before you put it back down. Oh, that feels so good. Now lift your knees. We're starting with our right knees. We're gonna do a little stretch. So your right foot is flat on the floor. You want your hand to be touching your ankles and kind of holding your ankles, and then use your right elbow to push your knees out. Now your left hand is gonna be on your other knee, your left knee, and then roll your neck so you're facing the left side. And use your elbows to push your right knee out. Let's do a few breaths here. you should feel your hips opening up. You should feel just a little bit of, stretch on your hips. I'm so grateful I get to share my practice with you. Let's do the other side. Lift your left knee up. Put your elbow on your knee. Hold your ankle. And put your right hand on your right knee, if that feels good. And push your knees out a little bit. And move your head so that you're facing the right side. And just enjoy the stillness, the wonderful day, the sounds you're hearing around you. Keep your breathing slow. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're gonna put our right heel towards our left thigh, like so. And you're gonna use your heel to sort of push your left thigh out a little bit. Your left hand is on your knee, and then with your right hand, move that out towards the back so you can do a stretch. So my left hand is sort of pushing my knee and helping me stretch towards the right. We're just doing a little twist. Let's stay here for a few breaths. If it's part of your practice and if it feels good, you can try to reach your right hand in your hips with the back of your hands folding on top of your hips. But if that doesn't feel good, even if you just have your right hand right here on your mat, that's good too. Let's do the other side. Put your hips, your heels on your right thigh. Put your right hand on your right knee. And just do a little twist. Oh, this feels so good on my lower back. When you're sitting all day, I have such a hard time sitting now because obviously I'm 37 weeks pregnant. It's so great to do these stretches that work on my lower back and open up my hips. These positions are so great for pregnant women, but also anyone who sits all day and has lower back pain. I hope that felt really good for you. Now I'm gonna do my favorite move when I'm gonna put my, I'm just gonna put that aside, and my favorite move when I'm pregnant is with a cat-cow. So make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart. If you're pregnant, you want your knees wider than your hips. But usually you just want your knees by your hips. But whatever feels good, that's really what's important here, is that you listen to your body, listen to what feels good. Every body is different, and so what might feel good for me might not feel good for you. So you might have to adjust. And we're gonna do what's called a cat-cow. So like a cat, you inhale and you pull your belly button up, and then you exhale and lift your head up. Let's do an inhale. Lift that belly button up and exhale. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just to relax our hips, for me, I have to be as wide as possible because I have a big belly now. Stay as wide as you want to. Let's do a child's pose. And I use my elbows to kind of push my butt back. Let's take a few breaths here. If it feels good, you can try to put your forehead on the mat. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Just stay up. This should feel really good on your thighs, your IT band. Those are usually really tight. From here, join me and let's do a yogi squat. So I'm gonna face the front just to show you that basically you want your feet as wide, and then use your elbows to push your knees out. Let's stay here for a few breaths. If you can hold your pelvis, squats are so good for you, especially if you're pregnant. This is a great way to get ready for giving birth to that beautiful miracle inside of you. Even if you're not pregnant, it's just a really good pose to stay in, to just stretch those hips, open up those hips that we don't use a lot because we're sitting all day. Let's do a few more breaths here. And slowly put your hands down, put your butt up, and move up one vertebra at a time. And let's go into mountain pose. So if you're pregnant, keep your feet wide, but if you're not, and if it feels good for you, you want to make your toes touch, but your heels are apart. I'm gonna stay wide, but either way, you want your feet point forward. And we're just gonna do a few breaths here. You might want to roll your shoulders back a little bit. So like just rolling my neck. We hold so much tension in our neck and our shoulders. It's so good when we give time for them, when we give time for ourselves, when we show ourselves some love. For more Preggy Mama friendly workouts, subscribe to our channel, watch the next video, or grab all my Hustle and Flow workouts from our online dance studio. Get a free trial here.